heard this morning again, or throughout the day, that we have to create a legacy towards the restoration of dignity. Sorry about the typos. And also, I think our CEO, when he opened this morning, mentioned something there about this is not only about colonial symbols, but also to build the diversity of our country, to fulfill the dreams of our people. Now, this speaks to the complexity of the decolonial project, and it requires us to deal with the pain and suffering these colonial symbols created. And for example, what to do with the statues. I don't know if Jonathan is still here. I want to challenge him on this thing that white people must only listen. He left. I think, as much as I understand the sentiment expressed, of course, if people are not willing to listen, there's no way you can engage with them. But I think that, especially when I hear some of the projects of Freedom Park in Calvinia, when I hear what is being done at the castle, it's about engaging with everybody, even the ones we may not necessarily like. We have to engage with everyone, and I think it's important. In fact, I was quite shocked when I went to the Voortrekker Monument some years ago. I was shocked at the stories that are being told there. And I actually think the people didn't understand that I can understand Afrikaans. Everything was in Afrikaans. And I asked myself, why is this happening now in our democracy? That those scare stories about the Zulus and the Impis and all the things that were happening being told in a very one-sided narrative. And that really gave me quite some shock. I think in reflecting about the things that have been said, Councillor Melea again reminded us the importance of restorative memory in order to achieve restorative justice. We just have to do this. And that engagement is about that memory as well. We heard that we need to start presenting a multi-layered history. This discussion is about that by the time we leave here, Sarah will have enabled us through the contributions that have been made in this event to really think about how the multi-layered history could look like. and as I said, the common thread of all the presentations that were made is about creating new narratives. It's very, very important. But on a lighter note, I think in order for us to achieve this, I was reminded by Councillor Parker when she talked about Lion King. And there's a line I remember on Lion King when they say to Simba that he must look at his face in the lake and remember who he is. And if we don't do that, there is no way we are going to actually know who we are. And we also are not going to be able to know how to deal with the challenges. So we've got to look ourselves in the face as well, or in the mirror, and deal with these issues. So that is insofar as the reflection is concerned. So I'm an architect, as you've heard, and when the laws were being rattled down here between Councillor Parker and Dr. Hostin, I remembered that I was one of those architects who had to get a permission to study in a white university. I think we also have some living memories of some of the implications of the acts that were passed, that architecture was not available in any of the Black universities, and we had to get permits, or there was a system and all that. So anyway, that group, I'm still in touch with them, interestingly. But I was arrested in a classroom when we were going to write the last exams of 1981. So because it's so late in the day, I really wanted to read this, but Sheikh Anta Diop is an academic and a historian who actually talked about that only a true